Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. Now, before you watch this episode, I highly suggest you watch 52 minutes of my last franchise mode video, or 53 minutes, I'm not sure. Watch the entire video. That might have been the turning point. Turning point in a sense that we now know we have a window. I have decided we have until the 2040 offseason to win Stanley Cup number 7, and this franchise mode is done. And then we start the next one. But I want Stanley Cup number 7 more than I've wanted any other Stanley Cup in this franchise mode. Do you know why? I have put arguably better teams together in the past few years that didn't win Stanley Cups than teams that I didn't think were going to win at all. Like when we reverse swept Colorado and then reverse swept LA in the same playoffs. This team is different now. We have changed this team, and I know I said, we're going into a rebuild, but now that I know that this team can compete, and we have turned this team around, and I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean. First, I got to say, welcome back to Minnesota, Alexei Petrangelov. 35 years of age, ripe old age, 6'5", 236 pounds of pure Russian-American power. Last season, we sent him to Columbus. We thought we were going to go through a mini rebuild. Retool, it was. We lost a lot. Petrangelov, Anthony Francis, and Brandt Clarke, our three best players. Arguably our three best players. We sent him to Columbus. He had his best goal-scoring season. We sent him with Brandt Clarke to Marcus Mironov there in Columbus. But I thought, if we have 2 more years to compete, Alexei has 1 more year on his deal. This is the year to go out and win Stanley Cup number 7. 65 goals. Last year, I'm expecting big things from number 89, Alexei Petrangelov. You know, it wouldn't feel right if we didn't keep him on the squad or bring him back. If we were to go out and bring back one of the old boys, it was him. And I think we made the right choice. Now you could say, well, now you're hurting Don Kreider and Hagos and Numminen. Numminen has always been a second liner. Now, don't get me wrong, he's been arguably the best player on this team 2 years in a row. But Petrangelov makes that first line so much more deadly. Harrison Hadar, a pure playmaker, and then Toby Khan, who is a wizard all around the ice. This first line, I'm expecting big things from this first line. I'm expecting big things. Harrison Hadar, the captain. I went and gave Petrangelov the assistant captaincy, which he had basically his entire career here in Minnesota. So we gave it to him. I know Harry Parrish lost the assistant captaincy, but it doesn't really hurt us. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be saying, but what about the rebuild? Why did you even rebuild to begin with? Well, see, this team wouldn't be as good as it is today if we didn't lose the cap. That was combined with Anthony Francis and Brandt Clarke and Petrangelov. It just wouldn't have worked. Now, Alexei, we got him at half retained, $3.885 million for 1 year. Heck of a player, heck of a trade. I know Columbus didn't really want to trade him, but we gave them enough assets that it worked out in their favor. Because we're not too worried about the future with this current squad. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to do big videos to, like, finish out the franchise mode, but, you know, you wouldn't be getting the regular episodes anymore once we win Stanley Cup number 7, and I just want him to be here, a part of that. I know Numminen is an old guy, too, but Petrangelov has always been there. He won 3 straight Conn Smythes all the way back in the day. It's been a long time since then. And I want him to be a part of that. And it was only one season. I know it's kind of a blemish on the record, but he's the guy right now. He's our guy. And I'm glad that he's here. 1,700 points, 858 goals. If he has one of his worst goal output seasons, he'll hit 900. He'll pass Wayne Gretzky all time. And then I guess it goes Ovechkin, Everberg. It's a whole list. I couldn't even remember how many people have broken Wayne Gretzky's record in this franchise mode. But the first line's looking incredible. Second line, Samuel Hagos that we got at a deal. A steal from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Got him, I believe we got him at half retained from Toronto. He was great in the playoffs. He was great to end the season. I hope he brings the A game here this season. Vyacheslav Chubasov that we got from the Vegas Golden Knights because Sergei Gogolev decided that he didn't want to come back to this team. I don't blame him. Screw you, Gogolev. We don't need you. I mean, we need him, but Chubasov was the best second-line center that we could have gotten. And then the boy, Cale Newman. Don't even worry about him. Second liner, he's the man. Third line now, I know the center depth is looking a little weird right now, but with the cap, Hedman is the best guy for the third line that we have in the system. Ulf Hedman was great in the AHL last year. He's been great in the AHL for the last 3 years. He used to be a top prospect in the system. He's getting time. You got Alexander Chistov, Don Kreider, and Lindholm. You got a few rookies on the squad. Lindholm, Ulf Hedman, and Stanton. I hope all these guys bring their A game. They could be pretty good guys for us in the future if we decide to finish this franchise mode out in big videos. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it right now. It just depends on how we do this season and the next season, because we have a small window. Now, coming over here to the defense, I know our line chemistry is to be desired, but I have an idea. There's somebody in free agency currently that I can go out and get. We just have to trade away a player. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Harry Parrish, Bissonnette, phenomenal. Now, I know you might be saying, why is Ben Archer on the second pairing? Well, you could go Ben Archer on the first pairing, but Harry Parrish and Bissonnette work, you know, and then if you put Niemi there, it just sucks. I mean, you could go Ben Archer. Yeah, it wouldn't really work. Our coaching system, it would work. Well, we could put Ben Archer there. I'm gonna keep it. Harry Parrish? Are you an offensive defenseman? He could be a two-way defender, because I don't like offensive defenseman and offensive defenseman together. But this top four is gonna be great. I'm not too worried. Bottom pairing, don't look at it as it is right now. There's one more thing that I have to go through before the final defensive cores together. Morale doesn't mean a whole lot in this game, I've noticed. Sometimes it means a lot, but from zero chemistry to +3, there's not a whole lot of difference that I really notice, especially on defense. Special teams. Now, you do have a +5 here on the second power play unit. I could go something like that. You'd get a +3 on both lines, but +5 on the second pairing, I'm okay with that. Both power plays will be fine either which way. 4-man power play, gorgeous. Like, we are a phenomenal team. Our penalty kills also looking really good. Hopefully Alexei Petrangelov can get some shorties this season, because he has a few all time. Shorthanded points, he has 18. Not bad. 3-man penalty kill, this is the absolute best I could get it. I just think because of the defensemen that we have, it hurts it a little bit, but I'm not super worried about that. And obviously somebody had to go and flush the toilet, and now you're going to have to hear that. Phenomenal. Extra lines, just gorgeous. You wouldn't want to go up against this team. This is arguably a better team than we had last year. We made the cap work. It's going to hurt us this coming off season, but for right now, this is the team. This is the team. Our goaltenders now. Last episode, we traded away the two-year running Vezina and William M. Jennings winner in DeAndre Moore, and our starters, backups, tandem, whatever you want to call them, Sergei Zykov and Ned Zanacarano. Now, I know DeAndre Moore won. Trust me, if cap wasn't a problem, DeAndre Moore would have stayed on, obviously. If cap wasn't a problem, Anthony Francis would still be here. But the thing is, the difference between an 84 overall goaltender and a 90 overall goaltender is nothing. And we have two young guys, which is a little bit of a problem for me, but if they can compete in the playoffs especially, they'll always be remembered. Our scratch players, you got Prince and Pete. It's nothing too big. AHL, I'm going to run through pretty quickly. There's a few notable guys, but we're so stacked in the NHL as it is. We're trying to go and win it. I would pay more attention to the AHL, and I'd optimize players, and I make sure they'd be getting all the time that they needed, or in the NHL if they were ready. Guys like Ponikarovsky, Reed, Sedera, Kavan, Alfredson, all these guys can be NHLers. And the problem is we're so stacked as it is that I can't risk not winning for the development of these guys. It sucks, but you never know. We have 2 years, 2 regular seasons, 2 postseasons. Our goaltenders in the AHL, 2 guys that I signed off of our unsigned skate. Oh my God, English. Our unsigned goalies are Donovan Dingle. What a name. I think we just drafted him. No, we drafted him last year, but not bad. Not a bad goaltender. But that's the AHL. Not going to worry about the special teams, really. There is one trade that I have to make, and we did trade for this person during the draft. It hurts. It hurts a lot that we have to trade this guy away, even though we just brought him on, and that is Kamachki. He dropped 2-3 overall in a few months. He's down to an AHL top 6 potential. He's only going to keep getting worse. It sucks that we gave up a bit to get him, but I'm not worried about the picks, really. If we can, we'll probably get the picks back that we got from him, for him. Yeah. God. I don't even know how to speak today. I know it sucks that we brought him on. I've done that a few times this franchise mode, but no trades found. Oh, we'll find one. Oh, we'll make it happen. Somebody wants Kamachki. He's not even making that much money. He could be an NHL player on a squad. No, not even. Come on. Make this easy for me. Any team. Oh, come on. There's got to be a team out here. He's not even making $2 million. Okay, let's go. Contender. Hopefully, we can send him back to Florida if Florida really wants him. Would you give us a second and a second, 2 seconds for Kamachki? Florida would have over the amount of skaters. Okay. Whatever. Man, I wish I got Zachary Edwards. That guy's gonna kill the league. Okay, let's see. I don't think this trade will go through. Trade accepted. Kamachki goes back to Florida. Thank God. I think we got him for Buffalo, though. If I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I literally recorded yesterday, and I can't remember. It's been a long day. But that means now we have the cap space to go out and get somebody from free agency that I wouldn't expect would be there. A 79, hopefully he's still here, 79 overall defenseman. You know how expensive defensemen are? If you don't know, this late into a franchise mode, 80 overall defensemen are worth like $5.5 million. So Shattenkirk, I'll give him, asking price, whatever he's asking for. 8.75, I'm okay with that. That should work out fine. Let's sim a few more games. I know we've simmed one game into the preseason, but it was just to fix up the lineup, sign a few free agents just to help us out down the road. But Shattenkirk, please do me a favor and help me out, bud. Please. 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 Shattenkirk has signed on, so he's probably gonna get an NHL spot this right now. Shattenkirk, please don't mess up my cap. Ooh, that probably, okay. Oh, we'll make this work. Pete. Okay, we're good. I thought the cap would mess up or something. I'm really glad it didn't. Thank you for being my friend, game. I appreciate that. Okay, so would this fix up things? LaCosta, if we put Shattenkirk in right here, would that help us out? Still a -1. Okay, if we take Tremblay out, I know he's young, but still a -1. So we're going to keep Tremblay in there. We're going to keep Tremblay, whatever you want to call him. Shattenkirk seems to be decent. I know they're a -1, but what if we go... What if we do something like this? Hold on. I did this last year. I just can't remember how I did this. So Ben Archer can... I mean, I guess if we go Tremblay, we can get him off and put Lacosta back in. -1. Is that better or worse? You know, it evens things out. But I'll keep Tremblay in there. Oh, but then they're a -3. Well, okay, we'll take Tremblay out. I'm not too worried about development at this very moment in time. Parrish, Niemi, Shattenkirk, Archer, Lacosta, and Bissonnette. They're getting a bunch of special team time, so it really shouldn't hurt us. But should I go... I'm trying to think. Maybe we should put... We'll put Ben Archer there up on the top line with Niemi. Why not? Let's test it out. This team is ready to go. We are ready to go. We are coming for Stanley Cup number 7, the last Stanley Cup of this franchise mode. But let's slow sim game number 1. Why the hell not? This team might be weird and not even compete. Right? You never know how this franchise mode should, or NHL 20 should work, right? Or NHL games in general. EA, you Wizards, Voodoo, whatever you want to say. But we were so automatic. We were never worried about a playoff spot or making the playoffs because Anthony Francis, Pietrangelo, Numanen, all those guys were always together and we were always good. We would never have to worry about that. It was Stanley Cup every single year. Stanley Cup or bust, right? This year we have to fight and claw our way into a Stanley Cup. We only have 2 more tries. Game number 1 of the regular season against the St. Louis Blues, first period. 2-0, starting things off big. Samuel Hagos, the free agent acquisition last year, with a power play goal. Toby Khan scores not that long after, 16 shots to 7 in our favor. Big first period from the boys, second period. Okay, they tie the game pretty quickly, Kamel and Hickey. And then Toby Khan goes off with a goal, his second of the game, taking the lead for the Minnesota Wild. Shots are 29-17 still in our favor. Third period, boys. Let's shut this down and get our first win of the season. Alexei Pietrangelo, welcome back to the team, you beautiful bugger, you. Yes, I love him. He's the MVP. Cale Newman and all the boys are getting on the board. I love it. Oh, man, if I was just doing a regular franchise mode on my own, or Hickey scores, we're fine. I probably wouldn't have... Pietrangelo, you beautiful bugger. I probably wouldn't have brought all these guys back, and I probably wouldn't have made this team ready to compete. But since we have a window, Pietrangelo is the guy. Harrison Hadar had 5 assists. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, we could have something special on this team. Game 1 goes our way, 6-3 win. Our big guys come out to compete. We rarely win Game 1 of the season. But let's go to the end of October and see where we're at through the first month of hockey. Now, I said we might have to grind this season to even make the playoffs, but we're a good team. I know we're a good team. We can compete. Georges Bissonnette is hurt until October 17th. Okay, well, head coach places player right now. That'll get Tremblay in. Not super worried about that. 8-7 loss. Ugh, that's bad. St. Louis, regulation loss. And a overtime win against the Edmonton Oilers. Bissonnette is back. So we're 2-2. See, I'm not super worried. I know if we make the playoffs, we can do some damage. I know that. We can. We can totally do some damage. Bissonnette is back. No. I know our defense has always been +1, +1, +1. Never had a problem with Wellwood as coach. But this new coach, it definitely... I have to trust our new coach. 2-2, come on, keep it going, boys. 11-3 drubbing over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Detroit, the dumpster fire. Samuel Hagos is injured with a mild concussion. till October 27th. I'm not too worried. We're just going to go head coach replace player. That's only a few games. Oh, draft class. So I forgot to mention. Speaking of the draft class, I forgot to mention. Where's Grossman, the defenseman? Well, we got Ben Archer. That's why I said go watch the last episode. Now, I feel bad that I didn't mention Grossman up until this point. But here's the thing. Grossman got us 4 firsts because he was offer sheeted, and I believe it was Carolina that offer sheeted, and we had to take it because we wanted Ben Archer. The cap worked itself out so we could get Ben Archer, who could definitely help us win a Stanley Cup. But if we can go out and win and maybe get a first overall pick in Vishnevsky, scouts in the region, I'll deal with that later. I'm sure the top 5, I'm not super worried about the top 5 and how they actually look, because if we get a scout for there, I'm not super worried. But if we do go to the end of this franchise mode or we have a window, it's hard to explain. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we have a 2-year window to win the Stanley Cup until like our regular everyday uploads are done with Minnesota. Does that make sense? Okay, Don Kreider wants to talk. Dude, I'm sorry about ice time, but do you see the wingers ahead of you? You have to understand. And he's happy. Don Kreider, I love you, man. I'm sorry that, sometimes it doesn't work out, but we want to win that Stanley Cup, right? Samuel Hagos is back. Love to see. Hagos is back. Prince, how did you do? Prince had 2 points in 3 games. What a stud. Hagos, welcome back to the squad. Never get hurt again. Please don't ever do that. We're at the end of the month. Hagos wants... Why do you want to talk? Of course your ice time is down. You haven't been playing. Shut up, Samuel. I don't care. You were on Toronto for the longest time. You don't know what it means to win, and now you're here in Minnesota, so you know what it means to win. Ola Alfredsson's back in the AHL. Not super worried about that. I'm not sure I'm going to do the entire season this video. I think I'm going to go the first 3 months, halfway through the season, see where we're at, deal with it accordingly. Vancouver and the Avalanche to end the month. Vancouver did beat us in the Western Conference Finals, which hurts very, very much. Okay, Claremont. We really don't have the cap space to make any moves, unlike last year, where, we could get Samuel Hagos, but we'd have to swap players. Claremont, why would I pay a second? Why would I ever do that, Columbus? I know we just took Pietrangelo from you, but shut up. So we did get Carolina's pick. Maybe one of them will turn out to be pretty good. Maybe. But look at all the picks we have for the next few years. Look at all the picks. Look at all the picks that we have, man. Oh, that's crazy. Oh. If this was like 5 years earlier in the franchise mode, I would be drooling with the picks. Oh my god. So 7-3-1 after month number 1. Not bad. I'll take it with a grain of salt. Harrison Hadar has 15 assists. The captain, number 47. The Haymaker has 15 points. No goals. Let's see how everybody's doing through 11 games. I'll take it with a grain of salt, though. Harrison Hadar, that first line looks to be doing pretty nice. They're all pluses. Hadar, 15 points. Pietrangelo has come back to Minnesota, just turning 36. I think he just turned 36, if I'm not mistaken. 14 points. He's still got it. 110 points last year? Of course he's still got it. One of the best Minnesota Wild of all time. There's no doubt. Cale Newman, 8 goals. Leading this team in goals. They definitely have a rivalry between Newman and Pietrangelo. They always have. -1, though. So the second line seems to be playing a little iffy right now. So maybe we do put Don Kreider on that second line to help them out defensively. But on the third line, he's killing it. Hagos in 8 games is doing great. Toby Khan's doing great. Everybody seems to be doing pretty well. There's a few minus players. The second line seems to be iffy. But Chistov, the fourth line center, 7 points, phenomenal. Hedman, the third line center with 7 points, is great. Della Rovere with 7 points. Lindholm with 4, a rookie on the third line. I don't expect too much out of a rookie, right? He's not the most highly touted prospect ever. He's good, but if he can stay solid defensively, I'm happy with that. Everybody else seems to be doing fine. A lot of depth scoring. The only people that seem to be struggling right now is the second line defensively. Offensively, they seem fine. How about the defense? Come on, defense. Come on. And even with the zero chemistry, or the zero line chemistry, Ben Archer, Harry Parrish, LaCosta. Who are you? Did we draft you? No, we didn't. We didn't draft you. How long have you been on this team? You've been in Iowa for 2 years? I know it's nothing, but who the hell are you? 6 points. Bissonnette has 6. Niemi has 5. Shattenkirk has 2. Oh, Niemi has 20 penalty minutes. Yikes. Maybe we swap him for a defenseman? I'm just putting it out there. But out of all the other defensemen, we only have 10 combined penalty minutes through 11 games. So, Niemi, stop it. You have an 89 discipline. I'm not really understanding how he has 20 penalty minutes. Come on, game, please. Goaltending. Okay, Zykov with an 838 and a 435 goals against. And see, that's where we're going to lose the majority of our games. Our offense can bail us out in the regular season. Playoffs is a different story. Xana Carano in 5 games, 2-1-1, a 936 and a 177 goals against. Maybe we debate keeping him as the starter. We can always do that. I think we just have to play it by year. We can always trade Zykov for another goaltender. There's always goaltenders out there. But somebody's going to come out here and make a name for themselves. Xana Carano is our guy for the future, whatever future we have. He's 23, 84 overall. He'll probably be better than DeAndre Moore in no time. But Zykov has not been very good. Now, let's go another month. We've been pretty solid. A few iffy games here and there, but it happens. Let's just go another month of play and see where the cards fall. Let's go one more month, see what happens. We're a good team. I know we're a good team. Lose in regulation. Okay. Please don't. Come on, boys. Please. Oh, another regulation loss. Boys, come on. Don't. If you get 3 straight losses, I swear to God. 7-3 win. There you go. Beat Colorado. Good. 8-5-1. One of our worst records to start off a year in a very long time. 9-5-1. I know we're a good team. Are we going to win the President's Trophy? Maybe. If we don't, I'm not really upset if we don't. I just want to make the playoffs and win the Stanley Cup. And I think I've built this team to the point where we can definitely win the Stanley Cup. Last year, we should have beat Vancouver, and we didn't. We did not. We didn't. We did not beat Vancouver. Okay, nobody's hurt. I mean, Clem's hurt, but it's the AHL, so I don't care. We should have beat Vancouver, and I think that year was the best year to win with the teams that we had to face. I know the Rangers were a great team. They had a lot of players winning trophies, but I think we could have gone out there and won a Stanley Cup against Vancouver, which was the most inferior team that I think we fought in the playoffs that year. But it happens in this game especially, so OT lost to Ottawa. I've been talking. I've been letting the simulating do the simulating. That was a great month. That was a great month of hockey. December 1st is upon us. RFAs, blah, 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 blah. But let's see. We only lost, let's see, two regulation games and 1 overtime game. Then we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streak. An 11-game point streak. A continuous 11-game point streak. So let's check out the stats. I usually don't do this every month, especially if... No, I don't know what I'm saying. We usually do this every month. It depends on how we're going about this season. But let's see how the boys are playing so far. So like I said before, Pietrangelo and Newman are going to be neck and neck this year. Whoever takes it, I hope it's a good, fair competition down the line. They're going to fight for the goal totals on this team. Harrison Hadar with 29 points. The captain the beautiful bugger that he is. He's 5'9". He's 5'9", 188 pounds of pure playmaking ability. He has 2 goals. He doesn't shoot the puck. He doesn't shoot the puck. He has 29 points though. He's plus 12 penalty minutes. He's got to throw the hands sometimes. 10 power play points, which seems to be the most on the squad. He can get it done. Pietrangelo has 5 game winners. Did you know that? In the 24 games that we've played and the 17 games that we've won, 5 game winners. I like that. Good. Toby Khan, phenomenal. Our top 5, 6 players are playing phenomenal hockey. The scoring seems to be more spread out through the lineup. You're not going to have a 140-point player on this team. You're going to have 100-point players on this team. But the top players are bringing their A game, and I really appreciate it. Toby Khan, who is a playmaker. He has great shooting stats, but he's a playmaker through and through. Scoring 15 goals. You never know. He might even finish top of this team in points and goals. You don't know. Maybe. Samuel Hagos, phenomenal addition. He's played 3 less games. He'd probably be up in the upper hemisphere of Harrison Hayter and Newman. You'd never really know. Don Kreider's been phenomenal with the ice time that he's getting. Chubasov, second line. He's technically a third liner. Wow, he's really a third liner. Maybe we find a different second liner. Maybe. I'm not sure there's somebody out there, but if we get the opportunity to, we will see. Alexander Chistov with 14. Great. The fourth liner, beautiful. I love this guy. Like, you rarely ever see playmakers simulate well on the fourth line, especially. I never build my teams like that, but he found a spot on this team, and if I could play him for the rest of time on my fourth line, I would. I love him. Lindholm with 13 as a rookie, not half bad. Ulf Hedman with 13. LDR with 11. I keep him in the lineup because I love him. Okay. I mean, he had 4 goals, 9 goals, and 9 goals. Not the best goal scorer. If you look at the playoffs, not the worst, right? I don't know. I just have a soft spot for this dude. He scored some clutch goals in the past. And Stanton with 6. Not the worst. Not the best, though, but he's a good two-way forward on that fourth line. He's getting mad about ice time. Maybe we look into that later. So let's look at defensemen real quick. Ben Archer with 22. He's going to be great. You know, he's been with Detroit all this time, his entire career. You know, we go back to that phenomenal draft class in 2022. The first overall pick that year, Anthony Francis. Exactly, right? He's been on Detroit this entire time. Now he's here in Minnesota. He's only made the playoffs, what, 2-3 times in his entire career? 5 times. He's never made it past the Western Conference. He's never made it to the Western. He's made it to the Western Conference Finals once, but never to the Stanley Cup Final. I'm expecting big things out of him. He was always Detroit's top player, and now he's here in Minnesota. The best overall in the squad, I'm expecting big things. Harry Parrish, these guys doing great. Even with, you know, the line chemistry, they seem to be putting up really good points. LaCosta settled down with no points that month, but everybody seems to be playing really good hockey. Niemi having 20 penalty minutes through the first month of hockey. He only had 7 in the second. I'd call that an improvement. Goaltending. Let's see how it's changed. Zykov 9-3-1, 858, and a 396 goals against. Not great. Winning wise, great, phenomenal. He's winning games. I will take the regular season with a grain of salt. Because the regular season is never going to tell you how these goaltenders are going to perform in the postseason. We have 2 guys that are going to be in the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs. This team is going to make the playoffs. I don't think there's any doubt about that. 8-3-1 for Zdeno Chirano. 250 goals against. I look at goals against way over the save percentage in this game. Because and in real life, right? Because save percentage really based on the shot volume. Goals against, right? You got to look at your goals against. 250 goals against is really, really good hockey. But you know what? Let's go one more month and see how this team is really performing. Second in the division. Nobody's really running away with the President's Trophy at this point in time. We can take it. We can take the President's Trophy. Not really worried about that. So let's go one more month. Finish the... New Jersey. Why do I always mix up Nashville and New Jersey? They both start with an N, and they're completely different franchises. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Who goes to New Jersey on purpose? Right? That's what my dad always used to say to me. What is New Jersey? You know, New York State always confuses me because Buffalo is in New York State, right? I'm not great with geography. I love talking about geography, but I'm not great with it. Buffalo is a New York team, but they never include them in the Islanders versus the Rangers. Ooh, right? Rivalry. Ben Archer is hurt until December 17th. That sucks. So we're gonna go head coach place player for only a few. It's only the 27th. It's not long. It's December already. Right? We're a good team. We're fine. So that's 2 straight regulation losses. So we won a lot of games and a lot of points there. 20 wins already. We're looking to be one of the best teams in the league. 42 points, 2 behind Dallas. It's wide open at the top of the league, but let's go ahead and get somebody else in there. Or just switch it up. Let's change it up a little bit there. Tremblay, send him down. LaCosta, Parrish, I guess. I know they're -1 there, but as you can tell, it really doesn't matter. Maybe going to the postseason it does, and I guess that's what we're kind of aiming for. But I think it doesn't matter too much. I could be totally proven wrong. I could, for sure. LA, San Jose, Calgary. Let's go. That's a shootout W against the LA Kings. Big victory right there. OT loss. Ben Archer is back. Thank you for coming back. We're paying you all this money, and you get hurt. You get hurt. The hell is this? Offensive defenseman. Hell yeah. Welcome back to the squad. Appreciate it very, very much. Okay. I do miss Gogolev, though. Gogolev was such a great second liner for his entire career. Second, third liner for his entire career. He could have even been the first line center last year. But we love Harrison Hadar, right? It sucks that he had to go, but I think we're going to check out next episode, because I think this episode is basically done. If there's a different second liner out there, I don't know if Chubasov is the guy, but that's $4.5 million in cap space that we can use for another guy. Exactly. So after an iffy patch right there, loss, shootout win, OT loss, then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins in a row. Quite a successful turn after a few losses there. Pietrangelo is going off. First in our division by 5 points with 3 games at hand. Oh, baby. We're 2 points behind the Ducks that have 4 games. We have 4 games in hand at them, and they seem to be the best team in the league. So we're basically the best team in the league right now, as it stands. But as we check the stats here, we are also going to check the entire league stats and see how things are shaping up. Are we official? Oh, we're officially in January. Welcome to a new year, everybody. Okay, forwards. As I said, ooh, Harrison Hadar's making a run at it. Okay. He'll finish with over a goal or an assist per game this season. Yeah. I believe that, for sure. Newman, Pietrangelo, and Hadar, that is a competition I love. Toby Khan has taken a step down, but I'm not too worried about Toby Khan. We're paying him the most on the squad, but I know I say that a lot. He's been great defensively, not a lot of penalty minutes. He's not shooting the puck as much as his peers, and he's already scored 18 goals. I'm just saying. Samuel Hagos, 32 points, great. Don Kreider, 25. Chubasov, 24. Shistov, 18. Hedman, 18. Everybody seems to be pitching in. There's nobody that I'm really disappointed with. Exactly. Defenseman. Let's see how it's turning out. So, Ben Archer, 30 points in 35 games. He might have his name in the hat for the Norris. I don't think Ben Archer's ever won the Norris in his career. I don't think he has. I mean, you look at his best seasons ever, 90 points, he was a -5, 75 points, 75 in the OHL, right? Exactly. I just kind of feel bad for him, you know? I mean, Ben Archer might be the highest paid player on this team now. 15.3. 15.3 as Toby Khan lost the highest paid player on the team. Ooh, they're both making 15.3. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Harry Parrish, 28. Really good hockey. Niemi, 11 penalty. Why is he getting so many penalty minutes? Why? He's disciplined. His poise is pretty good. Huh. I don't know. Bisson at 19 points. LaCosta, not bad. Shattenkirk, not a bad addition. Good. Goaltending. Now, this is a big... see, Xana Carano. I think Xana Carano going forward is 100% going to be our guy. They've played very similar hockey, a very similar amount of time of hockey, right? What round was Xana Carano drafted in? 4th? Oh, both 4th round picks. Okay. Separated by a few years, obviously. I think Xana Carano's the guy. He's lost more, but his save percentage, 904, is really good in the simulation, especially as a rookie, and a 255 goals against. Now, I know if he played, let's say, 30 games already, his goals against probably wouldn't be the same, but we wouldn't know unless we see it, right? So I think Ned Xana Carano, going forward, is gonna be our starting goaltender. And we can look for a different backup, an older guy, because Zykov, I'm not sure he's gonna cut it in case we get into a situation in the playoffs. At the top of the league, you got Tallender with the most wins. Cody Tallender. Oh, what a bum. What a bum. Ugh. Let's see. Volpatti. Best goaltender right now? You know, Volpatti, probably, because you have to take in account for wins. But if we're being honest here, I mean, well, I mean, I know. If we change, he's only had a few less losses. Or he only has a few less wins. Ned Xana Carano seems to be the best overall goalie in the league, because if you look at goals against, he's right there with the amount of games. Rally, you can take him off. He's the best goaltender in the league right now. A lot less games, but it's debatable. Rookie skaters. Points. And it's the former first overall pick in Zachary Edwards. I would have loved this kid. I tried so hard. He's gonna win it. I know you got Wotherspoon and Ben Goa right there, and Paddock, but Zachary Edwards is gonna take the award home. Defenseman Norris, who's it going to this year? Just because of the sheer amount of points, is probably Jogren right now. You got Rogaleski, you got Barnaby, Wanvig. Ben Archer's up there. He'd have to catch up in points. Plus minus is gonna get better, but Jogren is probably gonna win another Norris. And the Art Ross, right? Ooh, Luis Zanetta, who I created for the 2023 NHL draft. I have not seen this guy for a very long time. It's been a while. Xanacar. What am I doing? Z's everywhere. Zanetta. 3 straight 100-point seasons. An absolute G here in Montreal. He has flown under the radar in his career. I guess because Montreal hasn't been so good. 1,300 points, 742 goals. One of the best. Been in Montreal his entire career. Wow, I wish Montreal had somebody like him IRL. You got Amble, Shane Wright, Felix Lydecker, Yakupov, Kevin Von Sieg. Kevin? Why did I say Kevin? Connor. My God. Most goals in the league right now, it is Alexander Robic, another player I created for the 2022 NHL Draft. Novak, Yelovac, Straka, Lideker. Man, there's a lot of goals so far. Where the hell? Where is he? I mean, there's Woodworth. Hi, Woodworth. How you been in your career? 35 years of age? Nowhere near what you were in Columbus in my last franchise mode. Where? Everberg is not having a good season. Ooh, I have an idea, folks. 1 year left on that contract. Hey, New Jersey. I'm gonna stop this right now. I'm just to tease you guys at the end of this episode. Do we go out and get Joel Everberg? Do we go out and get Joel Everberg? He's probably not on the block. He's not on the block. But they seem to be like they're rebuilding. Joel Everberg is somebody that we could for sure get. We could get Yoshimura, but Everberg in a playoff situation? Oh, I gotta make it. Oh, yes, that is. I'm just gonna tease you. That's it. I'm done for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.